3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. So that lift is going to make you light today. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. As you come forward to a plank, look at the windows. Press the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, go back to a downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Walk the feet forward till the feet are underneath the hips. Hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of your feet. Blocks are terrific. If your hands are lifting up and you're on your fingertips and you're struggling to get your palms flat, just reach back, grab your blocks. Blocks aren't going to do you any good behind you, right? So put them in front of you. Press the palms down. Let the head be heavy. And so the goal here is to put as much weight into the hands as you are into your feet. So it's not like one way or the other. Inhale. Exhale, 1, even connection. Exhale, 2, connection is a big part of yoga. Exhale, 3, inhale. When we make a connection, we're actually creating yoga. Exhale, 4, whether that's a connection in your feet, in your hands, or to another being. Exhale, 6, inhale. You want a blanket? Exhale, 7, okay. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as the mat. Come to a squat. Bring the hands together in prayer. Now you can squat on a block if you need to, or put a blanket underneath the heels. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Put the hands on the floor. Come sit down. You can sit on a block. You can sit on a blanket. And let's turn over to page 25. So we're chanting a chant on page 46. This is the mantra we're focusing on this month. And this is a folk mantra, but it's to Shiva, or Shiv. In English, we put an H there, but in Sanskrit, it's S-I-V-A. Shiva means the auspicious one, or the one who brings good luck, right? And he's also known as the destroyer. I remember when I first started practicing yoga, one of my fellow teachers, she was like a very deep Buddhist practitioner. She looked at me one day, she was like, I just don't know how you could pray to somebody who's a destroyer. And like, it was kind of funny, but she kind of meant it at the same time because she thought that was scary. However, Shiva, being the destroyer, he's not destructive, right? He's the end of a cycle, right? A beginning, a middle, and an end. And when you kind of think about beginnings of cycles, middles of cycles, and endings of cycles, you learn your wisest lessons at the end of a cycle, right? Because that's a moment where you're able to look back at the entire arc of whatever you learned, and you go, wow, look at everything. You don't really learn anything in the beginning of a cycle. Like usually whatever happens in the beginning of a cycle, you forget it. Like Danny is in theater, right? Like there's if you've ever worked, I also was in theater. If you're a playwright, you never put a big number or a big scene at the beginning of a play. Why? Because people will forget about it by the time they get to intermission. So you don't learn anything in the beginning. You forget everything that happened in the beginning. The middle of things, they really help you kind of form some ideas and everything. But even like in the middle, people get a little complacent. But it's there at the end of a cycle that you learn a lot. And so that idea of learning something in the end of a cycle is very powerful to start focusing on. However, interesting enough, if you've ever seen a Murti of Shiva, most of the time when he is pictured, he's either got his eyes kind of half sleepy open, like he's kind of high, or they're completely closed. Like they're not open. Like Vishnu, the middle of a cycle, his eyes are wide open. Brahma, the beginning of a cycle, his eyes are wide open. But Shiva always is kind of like he's been smoking pot all day, and he's kind of drowsy because he has been smoking pot all day. He's a pot smoker. He's a pothead. So he's kind of drugged up and drowsy and kind of sleepy, kind of going under at the end of the cycle, right? So this mantra is kind of to wake him up, right? That's the point of this mantra. So 46, Hey Shiva Shankara, Hey Maheshvara. Hey means the same thing it does in the street in English. Hey, wake up, look at me, look over here. So you're asking him to open his eyes to you, right? Sukhara, dukkahara, hara hara shankara. Sukha is sweetness, and dukkha is the hardness of life. And hara hara shankara is take that away. Take away all the hardships. Let me only know the sweetness. So we're going to chant this, and I'm going to do it a cappella. So we'll do it as a call and response. Set up nice and tall. Close the eyes and inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. And inhale for the sound of Om. Call and response. Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva Shankara, 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 Hey Maheshvara, 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 Sukhakara, 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 Dukkahara, 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 Hara Hara Shankara, Hara Hara Shankara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Hey Shiva Shankara, Hey Maheshvara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Hey Shiva Shankara, hey Maheshwara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Hey Shiva Shankara, hey Maheshwara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Hey Shiva Shankara, hey Maheshwara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Hey Shiva Shankara, hey Maheshwara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Just allow that to set with you for a moment. And like I said, hey, Shiva, hey, open your eyes to me, see me. Shiva, the destroyer of the ego, the witness that of all that passes. All sorrows stem from identification with the transient. All happiness, identification with the eternal. Take a deep breath in, fill up the lungs, feel how expansive you are. Exhale everything out. Feel how expansive you are. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level and start with a round of Kapalabhati, making short exhales on my clap. The inhales are happening, but they're passive. You're giving more than you're used to receiving. And each one of those little exhales is like the ending of a cycle. And you're just staying in that ending of a cycle for a moment. Exhaling, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. And slow it down. Exhale everything out. Reconnect to your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale, open the eyes. Come stand up at the top of your mat in Tadasana mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Delpo moves toward pubic bone. Gaze is at the horizon. Mula Bandha is engaged. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra. And as you bring the hands together in undulating mudra, set a higher intention for the practice today. Maybe offering your practice up to that idea of opening the eyes and seeing the other being in front of you. That is darshan. And that's what you're asking for from Shiva, is for him to give you darshan. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana mountain seat. On the inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you, raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step right foot back into a lunge, looking forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and folding over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. On your inhale, hook the thumbs, raise your arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten the legs and arch back, hook the thumbs. Inhale, come back to center to Dasana mountain seat. Let's do that again, adding on to it. Inhale, hook the thumbs, raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot back. Exhale, drop to your right knee. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up and arch back, crescent moon. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, drop to your left knee. Inhale, hook your thumbs, reach up and arch back, crescent moon. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step left foot next to right and fold over the legs, uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, stand up, straighten the legs, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot steps back. Exhale, dropping to left knee. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to earth, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, dropping to right knee. Inhale, hooking thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands down to earth, step right foot next to left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana. Good, everybody. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, put the hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel turns down, come up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. Exhale, back foot turned in on a little bit of an angle. Inhale. Exhale, right hip pulls back. Inhale. Exhale, left hip moves forward. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, stepping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel turns down, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, right toe moves forward. Inhale. Exhale, left hip pulls back. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders soften. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Move the right foot forward a little bit, everybody. Then exhale, bend your right knee, warrior 2, and stay. Tricked you. Inhale. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Bend the knee more. Exhale, 3, but move the foot forward. Exhale, 4, a little more. There you go. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, reach toward the windows, pull the left hip back. Right hand on right shin, left arm lifts up. Triangle Trikonasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lifting all the way up to standing position. Exhale, bend the right knee, place the right hand down inside the right foot. Exhale, lift the left arm straight up into the air, extended angle B. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, gently place the left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward, turn the right heel down, come up Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Everybody move your left foot forward a little bit. Then exhale, bend your left knee, warrior 2. When you bend your left knee, your knee should be over your ankle, not in your knee in front of ankle. Thigh parallel to the earth. So you could go a lot deeper and step forward more. Make it more spacious. Inhale. But watch for turning this foot out too much. You want to be in a little bit. Exhale, 2. Yep. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reaching to the windows. Left hand on left shin. Right arm raises. Trikonasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, come all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the left knee, left hand inside the left foot. Right arm's going to lift right up to the ceiling instead of forward. So a little different on extended angle B. Shoulder, wrist to wrist. Inhale. Exhale, 1, better. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, gently place the right hand down. And exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, drop to your left knee. You can put a little padding underneath your left knee if you need to. All right, little padding this time because you'll stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale, hook your thumbs, raise your arms up alongside your ears, and begin to arch back. And as you arch back, notice why you hook your thumbs. So when you hook your thumbs, it means that the right shoulder and the left shoulder are going to stay in line with each other. Move your hips a little bit toward the windows. Now, in this position, your right knee can overshoot your right ankle. Exhale, 1. Yep. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, bring your hands together in the center of your chest and twist over to the right. Bring your left arm on the outside of your right thigh. Then on your inhale, lift your left knee off the floor, extending your left leg. As you extend your left leg, instead of stretching the front of the thigh in the left, now you're activating and tightening the hamstrings. Exhale 1, the muscles in the back. Exhale 2, drop the left shoulder, opening the chest over to the right. Good. Exhale 3, there. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5, and inhale, lift back up to center. You can bring the arms alongside the ears in a high lunge for a moment, just finding a balance. And then exhale, place the hands on the floor and frame your right foot. On your inhale, extend your right leg. Move your left foot forward. You might want to move your blanket out to the side if you got a little blanket underneath you. Now notice how what I did is I got you to have a closed hip. So this back foot wants to be parallel to the side of the mat. And no longer are you twisting in the hip. You're closed hip. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Bring the hands to the waist, elbows pointing up toward the ceiling. Now pushing into the feet on your inhale, lift up and arch back by pressing down into the floor. Yep. And then exhale, come back to center with the shoulders over the hips. Clasp the hands together in a fist behind your back, or if you wish to experience sweet secret prayer, you can bring the hands behind the back in a prayer. Both of those are an option. On your inhale, lift up and arch back, pulling energy up the front of the right leg. Now exhale, fold forward over your extended right leg. Try to center the torso down the center of the right leg. Exhale 1, stay steady in your feet. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, and inhale, lift the head and chest halfway, only halfway. Look at the windows. So your drishti is at the windows. Bend your right knee. Put weight into your right foot. Start to lift your left foot off the floor, straightening your right leg. As you lift your left foot up, point the toes down of the left foot, not out to the side, and look forward, lifting up at the gaze just a little bit. Warrior 3 with a bind. Exhale 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now listen. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift your shoulders up, bringing your left knee into your chest. Bring your left knee into your chest. Exhale. Bend your right knee and wrap your left leg in front of the right. See if you can bring your left foot on the outside of your right calf. Then inhale, release your bind. Open up your arms like angel wings. Yeah. Then bend your right elbow and bring your right arm forward with your right fingers pointing up toward the ceiling. Then bring your left arm underneath the right and see if you can bring your hands together in prayer. Now lift the elbows a little bit away from your sternum and exhale, fold forward and bring the left elbow in front of the left knee. Garut Asana, eagle. Inhale, good. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lift the shoulders up as you lift your left knee into your chest. Exhale, place your left foot on the floor. Inhale, open your arms up like angel wings. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, put the hands on the floor, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Now exhale, drop to your right knee. Here again, you can put a blanket underneath the right knee. So I'll give you a chance if you want a little cushion underneath your right knee. Then lift your torso up. Hook your thumbs, raise your arms up alongside your ears and start to arch back. As you arch back, move your hips forward. Your target area of the stretch is the front of your right thigh. Your left knee can come in front of your left ankle in Anjaneyasana. So you can overshoot that left knee. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Not so much in warrior 1 when you're standing, but this, yes. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Lift the shoulders up. Then bring the hands together in the center of the chest. Twist to the left. The right arm comes on the outside of the left thigh. Then on the inhale, lift the right knee up, extending the right leg. So going from stretching the front to now contracting the back of the right leg. Exhale, 1. Inhale, drop the right shoulder blade. Exhale, 2, there. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back to center. Lift the arms up. Just a little bit of a high lunge to find your balance. And then exhale, put your hands on the floor. Frame your left foot. On your inhale, straighten your left leg. As you straighten your left leg, move your right foot forward. And as you move it forward, you don't want to turn it out. You want to keep that right foot parallel to the outside of the mat. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Bring the hands to the hips. Press into the feet. Lift up and arch back. By pressing down into the earth, lifting up. Good for you. Then come back to center with the shoulders over the hips. So it would be better if you're not on a tightrope. So step this foot out a little bit more, not turning out, but step it wider. Bring the hands behind the back, clasp the hands together in a fist. On the inhale, or come into a secret prayer. That was an option. Inhale, lift up and arch back. And then exhale, fold forward over your left leg. And here again, pull your left hip back. Try to center the trunk of the body down the center of the leg. Press into the feet to find balance, right? You got to find balance here. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now, we're coming into that warrior 3 with a bind. So inhale, lift your head and chest halfway. Look at the windows. Then bend your left knee. Put weight in your left foot. Your right foot's going to become really light. Lift your right foot off the floor, straighten your left leg. Point your right toes down instead of out to the side at the right. And then look forward through your eyebrows a little. Exhale, 1. There you go. Inhale. Better. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, bringing your right knee into your chest. Yep. Then exhale, bend your left knee and wrap your right leg in front of your left, hooking your right foot behind your left calf. Then release your bind. Open up your arms like angel wings. Then this time, bring the left arm forward, bending the left elbow. Bring the right arm underneath the left and bring the hands together. Then lift the elbows a little bit away from the sternum and exhale, hinge at your hip crease, fold forward. Bring the right elbow in front of the right knee. Garudasana, eagle. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the shoulders up, bringing the right knee into the chest. Exhale, place the right foot on the floor. Inhale, open up the arms like angel wings. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. On your inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Exhale, put the hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the head and chest halfway. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, turn the left heel down, come up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Then exhale, bend your right elbow. Make a cobra's head or a swan's head. I don't care how you look at it, but I want you to make a little bird's head or a little animal's head. Now bend your right knee, and as you bend your right knee, dive the swan underneath your right leg. Reach back for the outside of your right hip. Then take your left arm behind you and interlace your fingers. Now the key here, bring your head back towards your right big toe. How do I do that? I got to pull my right hip back toward the wall behind me and roll my left shoulder over to the right. So I'm opening my chest over here to the left. Inhale, good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now, the best you can, inhale, straighten the right leg without losing that bind. You can keep a little softness in that right knee. Bound triangle. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, bend your right knee, place your right hand down, and then lift your left arm straight up in the air. Extended angle, okay? Now, put your left hand down, okay? Come onto the ball of your left foot. Slide your right arm underneath your right leg again. Yep. Bring your right fingers in line with your toes on the right foot. Now look forward slightly and start to walk your fingers out to the side walls. Kind of like when I said, open up your arms like angel wings. Now start to lift your hands off the floor and balance. Airplane. Or sometimes this is called Christ asana. It's like Christ on the cross, right? So lift the hands up or keep the fingers down. That's fine too. If the hands lift up, you can take your hands behind you and see if you can come into a bind behind your back. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good, Anna. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now put your hands down. All right. Line both your fingers, hands left and right hand, in line with your toes. Make a shelf for your right leg by bending your elbows like a chaturanga. Slide your right foot forward and put more weight into your shoulders. Lift your left foot off the floor and extend the right leg, coming into Ekapada Vinyasa B. This is B actually. Inhale. Now, Danny, bend your elbows and extend your right leg. Activate the hamstring. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Look forward. Exhale, 3. Straighten that right leg out like you see up there. Exhale, 4. Good. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump back chaturanga. Good for you. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. All right. Opposite side. We're going to work on that one, okay? On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Turn the right heel down. Come up, warrior 1. And then exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend, bend your left elbow, make a swan's head or a cobra's head with your left arm. Then exhale, bend your left knee, slide your left arm underneath your left leg. Reach back for the outside of your left hip. Take your right hand behind you. Now, the tendency is to lean to the right. So now what you got to do is you got to pull your shoulders back to the left, pulling your head back towards your left big toe. Then roll your right shoulder to the left, opening the chest up over here. Exhale to the right. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, extend the left leg. Bound triangle. Best you can. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, bend the left knee. As you place your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Yep. And then place your right hand on the floor and come on to the ball of your right foot. Slide your left arm again underneath your left leg. Okay? You close your hips, right? Now, as you do that, line your fingers up with your left toes. Then walk your fingers out to the side walls. Look forward like you did in Warrior 3, and then see if you can just lift your hands off the floor and balance. Now, if you're lifting your hands off the floor, maybe you can take your hands behind your back, coming into a bind. There you go, Danny, almost. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale, look forward, Dominga. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now gently put your hands down. Line your fingers up with your left toes. Bend your elbows, making a shelf. Slide your left foot toward the windows. Dive down into your shoulders like I tell you not to do in Chaturanga. And then lift your right foot off the floor, balancing Ekapada Vinyasa B. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Good, Stephanie. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump back Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, drop down to your knees. Okay. Ekapada Vinyasa. This is a saint. It's a hand balance. Comes in 2 variations. A, I don't know why, is harder than B, because A is a twist. I think it's harder. But you have to kind of have 2 things happening. You have to have the front of the quads open, but you have to also know how to contract the hamstrings. Because remember, we're always talking about stretching the hamstrings in yoga, but you also have to have them know how to make them tight, because it's a muscle too. So it has to contract too. So if I come into it, that was a little hard the way I had you come into it. If I came into it like with my hand down, and I start to my knee down, if I tilt forward, notice how I'm diving into my shoulders. Now I got to lift this leg up, but then I got to lift this leg up by activating that post-anterior chain. That's what gets me up, right? So if it's tight here, that's going to be hard. But then if I don't do any contraction in my back leg's glutes and through the post-anterior chain, back leg won't lift up. Does that make sense? So it can't the back leg's just not hanging out, right? You're contracting those muscles that we're always talking about stretching, which is a weird feeling all of a sudden. It's like, oh my God, now you want me to contract it after we stretched it? So try it that way. Come onto your hands and knees, right? And step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Then thread your right arm under. Now, I'm going to allow you to keep your left knee down. Slide your right foot sideways. Then tilt down, bringing your left cheek to the floor even. Then move forward and then lift your feet up. And extend. And then come down. That better? So Danny, bring your left elbow closer to your hip. Put it on your hip bone. Put your elbow on your hip bone. Make it easier. Good. Now slide it forward. Now lift this other leg up. Lift. Lift. Squeeze. Squeeze this left leg. Ah, good. All right. Try it on the other side, people. Okay. Come into a hands and knees. Step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Now bring your left arm underneath your left leg. Now slide your left foot over there to the left side of the room. Yeah, that's the first move. You can't keep that there. Then bend your elbows, dip down, bring your right cheek to the floor. Look at there, Jess. And then squeeze, squeeze. Notice where I'm tapping. It's better. Good. And then step back. Yay. All right. How's everybody doing? Good. Danny, put your cheek down and lift your leg. Squeeze your right glute muscle. Squeeze this right glute muscle. Squeeze, 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 like you're kicking backwards. There you go. Yay! All right. Come lay down on the abdomen. Bring the forehead to the earth. Clasp the hands together in a fist behind the back. Kind of like you did in that Warrior 3. You can also come into a secret prayer here too. That's perfectly fine. On your inhale, lift your head, chest, legs, and arms. Shalabhasana with a bind or not. If you're not in a bind, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Exhale 1. But do bring your legs together. Use your muscles in your inner thigh to keep the legs together. Exhale 1. You don't want to have sleepy adductors. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come down, relax. So when we call out to people, hey, we're asking them to make a contact. And like I said, yoga is about making a contact and not a superficial contact. Life right now is filled with superficial contacts. We all kind of have people in our lives that, we think we know because we know them from social media. Maybe we've spoken to them once in a message, and we follow them, and we think we know them because that's what they present to us. But in reality, yoga is asking you to make deep connections, profound connections, life-changing connections. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles. Pull your navel toward the spine. And on your inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Good, Dominga. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And in the yoga tradition, there's this ritual called darshan. Darshan is to make eye contact. Now, this is a big deal. Because one of the things that I've noticed that's happened ever since the pandemic, and we all went online with Zoom calls and all kinds of stuff, is when I meet people in real life today, especially people who are younger than I am, sometimes they don't make eye contact. They're looking everywhere but directly into your eyes because they're used to looking at a screen, and there's something really hard about looking another being in the eyes. But it's always been said that if you want to know someone's soul, look into their eyes. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles again. And on the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale 1, good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, release. So everybody have a little blanket nearby, okay? and have your blocks nearby. Okay, blocks not too far away. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows close to the ribs, thumbs in line with the breast. Press into the hands, upward facing dog. Now, in upward dog, your knees, your shins, and your thighs are off the ground. So only the tops of your toes are on the ground. So if anything back here is on the ground, this isn't upward dog yet. You got to activate all this stuff and activate these muscles to lift up, or it's dead dog. Exhale, go back over the toes, downward facing dog. You don't want dead upward dog. You want lively, engaged upward dog. On your inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Now exhale, drop to your left knee. Okay? Anjaneyasana a second time, but we're going to add on to that Anjaneyasana. So put a little blanket underneath your left knee if you need to. Move your right knee foot forward a little bit if you need to. Lift your torso up, okay? Now, as you lift your torso up, place your right forearm on your right thigh. Right forearm on your right thigh. Like so, that's your forearm. So just put your forearm down. You're just going to find your little balance there on your forearm. Then bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand and grab the inside of your left foot, bending your left knee. Reach back with your left hand, grab the inside. So there's external rotation of your shoulder. Now, from here, you can stay like this, or you can start to let your left foot slide up into your left forearm. So you can go a little bit deeper by bending. Hold on, rotate with me. Rotate the shoulder. Now you can slide that. Oh, there, look at there. There's one stopping point. Now, once you have that foot in your elbow, you can lift your left hand up towards your left ear and then lift your right arm up off your thigh and reach back and interlace the fingers. But only if you have it in your elbow. If this isn't in your elbow, you're not going to do that. You're going to keep your forearm down, right? Because you're not ready to do that. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Just gently release the left foot. Place the hands down, tuck the toes under, step back to a down dog. So here again, like in that asana, the ultimate ending wants to be that your left and right hand meet kind of behind your head in a little circle. But, you know, asana is a lot like different stages, beginning, middles, and ends. And anywhere where you are in a part of an asana, it's okay, be there. Because you'll get to the end at the end when you're supposed to get to the end at the end. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Then exhale, dropping down to your right knee. Put a little padding underneath your right knee. Then move your left foot forward if you need to a little bit. Lift your torso up and put your left forearm on your left thigh. Step 1. Then step 2, bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand, grab the inside of your right foot. So there's external rotation of your shoulder. So that's internal rotation. So external rotation. Now you got to move your right shoulder back toward the windows. Let your right foot slide up your forearm into your right elbow crease. You can stay there. If you would like to go further, lift your left arm up, bend your left elbow, and raise your right hand to meet your left and see if you can interlace your fingertips, kind of like a ballet dancer making an oval shape over their head. So any part of those is where you stay. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Gently release your right foot. Place your hands down. Step back to a downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale through bent elbows all the way onto the abdomen. And then roll over onto the back. Bend the knees and tickle the heels with the fingertips. Feet are going to be about hips width distance apart and parallel. On the inhale, lift the hips to lower the middle back. And clasp the hands together in a fist underneath you, half bridge. So lift your hips. Lift the hips, then take your hands underneath you, roll your shoulders up. Half bridge, good. Your feet could come back a little bit toward the windows. Yeah, notice how now you can lift the hips a little higher. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, release the hands and come down the middle back, the lower back, and the hips. All right, from here, you can stay in half bridge. You can come into a supported half bridge. You also can come into upward bow, Urdhva Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling, fingers toward the shoulders. Press into the hands and the feet, and on the inhale, lift up, lifting the body off the floor. Exhale 1, good. Inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, good. Inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. So darshan, one of the things about darshan is that when you're able to look another being in the eyes and see their soul, you also end the cycle, the beginning, the middle, of the end. And because in the oneness of being, when you realize the other being's soul is same as your soul, there is no more beginning, middles, and ends. Because the soul is beyond those cycles. Yoga is about, in yoga there's soul seekers. They want to know the soul. They want to know the soul of other beings. They want to know the ultimate soul. And one of the ways of doing that is to be willing to make eye contact with other beings. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale 1, better. Inhale, that looks better. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, just try to move a little weight forward this way. Exhale 4, I know it's difficult. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin and the chest, come down. The upper, the middle, the lower back. So one of the things, when we chant the mantra, Hey Shiva, look into my eyes. Another way to experience that darshan with Shiva, in Kashmir Shaivism, everything is Shiva. Everyone is Shiva. Every being is Shiva. Therefore, any darshan you make with another being is eye contact with Shiva. Now that's heavy. That's some deep yoga there. That every being, whether it's a human being or another species, is actually a holy being that you're making contact with, the divine. Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper and the middle of the lower back and bring the knees into the chest. Now, here's where it gets really cosmically heavy. Can you make eye contact, offer darshan to beings that you disagree with? Beings that you don't like? beings that you have a hard time seeing. You know, I've been vegan for quite a long time, and in the vegan community, vegans have a hard time seeing non-vegans, and non-vegans have a hard time seeing vegans. They want to argue with each other instead of first seeing each other as holy beings and then saying, you know, I disagree with you. It's okay to disagree with you, but I do see you as a holy being. In fact, what they want to do is they want to turn each other into the other and the enemy and try to kill each other. Bring the knees over to the left, extend the right arm out, look over the right shoulder, twisting. But yoga tells you you can't do that. Even if you disagree and have a conflict with another being, you actually are always trying to see the divine essence, the Shiva in all beings. If you're a Vaishnava, it's Vishnu. If you're a Buddhist, you're trying to look for the Bodhisattva. If you're a Christian, you're trying to look for the Christ. All these traditions are looking for the same thing. They call it different names. It wears a different costume, has a different set of scenery behind it. But it's the same energetic. Bring the knees into the chest and go to the other side. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. I know it's difficult in a time period, in a world where everything is in conflict. But see, the rest of the world isn't here tonight. The rest of the world doesn't have a yoga sadhana. We're a minority, unfortunately. So we have to make the first step as yogis, are people on the spiritual path of yoga. We have to extend the olive branch. That's hard. But that's what the yogi does. They do hard stuff. Yoga is not for the faint at heart. And I'm not talking about a few little nice stretches here and there and a little like breath work. I'm talking about like the real hardcore stuff. Bring the knees back into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Wrap the forearms around the shins. Wrap the arms around the shins. Bring the forehead toward the knees. On the inhale, rock forward and back, rock forward and back. Come up to a seated position. Spin yourself around, face the windows, face Shiva. He doesn't mind if you put your feet out toward him. He told me. Then extend your legs, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. Holding onto the feet. You know, the essay that I wrote for this month, I wrote it back in 2018. And I found that, you know, when we, you know, publishing it, like from 2018 to this moment, there had been some shifts that had happened. Most of us know what I'm referencing. And I had to change some of the language, right, of the essay to fit the narrative of the moment. Because when, like I said about the beginning, the middle, the end, when an ending of a cycle happens, there's a new beginning that happens. And then you have to deal with that new beginning. But I really, I had to even reach out to my friend Devdutt Panaik, who, you know, he's really guided me on my studies for the past 10 years. And I said, Devdutt, how do you deal with these spiritual teachings in a time where it just feels like that nobody cares about them? And he said, and he didn't read the essay, but he wrote me back and he said, ask the Christian to see the non-Christian. Ask the vegetarian to see the non-vegetarian, because that's, you know, in India, they're not vegans, they're vegetarians. He said, ask the political left to see the political right and vice versa. Have them see each other. Ask them to see each other. And it was so simple what he was saying. He was saying, and he didn't even know the exploration was about darshan. And so I went back and I re-edited that into the essay because I do quote him in the essay, and it really is his kind of pushing to say, hey, Austin, don't not see the other because it's a tough time right now. Give the other darshan. See them. Because that's the only way you'll ever end the conflict, is to see their pain, their suffering, and recognize it as your pain and suffering. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips, Dandasana. Bend the knees, place the heels where the knees were, feet or hips width distance apart, hands behind you 6 to 8 inches. Bring the chin to the chest on the inhale, lift the hips into tabletop. Exhale, let the head go back. And bring the chin to the chest and come down and open up the knees and bring the heels closer to the pubic bone. Open up the soles of the feet like a book, and then exhale, fold forward, cobbler seat. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale, lift the head and chest. And let's all set up for shoulder stand. Salamba Sarvangasana. All supported limb seat. I like saying that. Salamba Sarvangasana. If you want a blanket for your shoulder stand, that's perfectly fine. If you want to bring legs up the wall in Viparita Karani, that's fine. I think that's what Dominga's going to do. So we have 2 teachers in the class with us tonight. Stephanie teaches on Friday evenings and Monday Express, and Dominga 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. If you guys have time, you should go to those classes. I mean, what else do you have to do but practice your yoga sadhana? Do you remember how I set you up with a blanket? Come down. Do you remember that? In fundamentals, do you remember when we did that? It will help. Let's do that. Because that way you won't be crushing your neck. Here, come down. Go down that way. And then that way you won't be pressing into your neck. Now put your head here and your shoulders here. Come down a little. See, right there. Perfect. Now, doesn't that feel better? I think so too. All right. Let's play around here because everybody's pretty much in shoulder stand. A lot of times what happens is you kind of come into this and you stay and you go, oh my God, I'm going to die. Try this. Open up the legs to a straddle. Yeah. As you open up a straddle, notice you'll be able to figure out what your hips are doing a little more. Yeah. And then bring your legs back together. Yep. And then bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together, making a diamond shape with your knees going out to the side. And see, like, see your little diamond shape, like your little feet in prayer. Yep. Now see if you can move your hips more toward your face, and then take your hands off your back and put your hands on your thighs, and just balance on your shoulders and your head, kind of reaching your arms up toward your legs. Yeah. So you'll put your hands right above your knee joint. Yeah, there you go. Now, bring the knees together and then put the toes on the floor behind your head. And then reach back with your hands and grab your big toes. Ooh, that one's fun. Now, holding onto your big toes, walk your feet out to the side, coming into a straddle. Ah. Then, with your feet out to the side, release your toes and bend your knees, bring your knees alongside your ears and point your toes to the wall behind you. And wrap your arms around the back of your knees so that you're coming into ear pressure. So now go this way, plantar flex, and then wrap. Ah. Then put your hands on the floor, away from the shoulders, and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down until your hips touch the floor. And that's putting a little masala in your shoulder stand. And then once you're down, let's lift the torso up and unfold your mat. Move your blanket off to the side. Lay down on your back. Turn your palms to face upward. Press into the elbows and puff up your chest. This is such an interesting little detail. Is that because it looks like rubber? It's got a little rubber print on it. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Press in the elbows, bring the chin to the chest, and come down. From here, a little headstand practice. Bend your knees into your chest. Give your knees a hug. Roll over to the left. Come into a child seat. Now, you know me. I don't mind if you want to use the wall, any props. I don't mind. From child seat, reach the arms forward. Turn the palms to face upward. Then keep the elbows where they are, interlace the fingers together, make a fist. Then place the head on the floor behind the wrist crease. And here again, like I said, you can stop at any of these directions if you're at one point. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, and walk your feet forward till the hips are over the shoulders. That's a dolphin. You can stay in a dolphin. Heart is above the head. This is an inversion. Bring the knees into the chest, the heels toward the seat. Half headstand. Move the knees toward the sky, extend the feet toward the sky, full headstand. All of them are different. I'm not from that school that we should call everything the same thing when it's not the same thing. Each of those energetics are completely different, but they have something in common. If the hips are over the shoulders, the heart is above the head, therefore it's an inversion. But it does, but like, dolphin is like beginner stage. Knees in the chest and the heels toward the seat like a crow is second stage. Legs toward the sky, third stage, right? Danny, don't go backwards. So here's what I want you to do. You're doing good, but what you're not you have to move your hips, not just your feet. So try it again. Are you going to go flying on your back? Bring knees into your chest. I'm here. So knees into chest. Okay. Bring the knee in. Give me your foot. Now give me your other knee. Give me your other foot. Yep. Now lift your knees up. Move your hips. Don't worry about your feet so much. Oh. Now lift your feet. Then dorsiflex, like you're standing on the ceiling, and activate your front of your thigh. That's better. Now you can point the toes. Yeah. So walk forward a little more. I'm here. I'm here. Because right now you're lifting your leg up, but your hips are back here. So you need to walk your feet forward just a little bit more. You have the flexibility in the hip flexor to do that. So walk forward. That's now your hips are over your shoulders. Now pull the other leg up. Pull the other leg up. So you got to lift this other leg up to meet it. You got to meet the two. Woo, woo, woo. So that back leg has to lift. All right. Move your knees. There. You're finding it. You're finding out how to move your hips. Think of it like you're coming into you're really kind of moving the hips from an anterior pelvic tilt into a slight posterior pelvic tilt. Oops. Domingo, I'm so sorry. Okay. I just knocked all your pirate jewelry everywhere. All right. Let's start to come down. If you're in a child seat, you can stay in a child seat. If you're in a headstand, you can come into a child seat. And let's rest for 10 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. And gently lift the torso up. Let's make our way into Shavasana, corpse seat. So you can place a blanket underneath the knees. You can place a blanket on top of you. Let the body become heavy. relaxing at the pelvic floor. Letting the breath just breathe the body. Shavasana, corpse seat.
Jai Shiva Omkara, Jai Jai Shiva Omkara, Vishnu Sadashiva, Vishnu Sadashiva, Vishnu Sadashiva.
Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. And stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Stretch the right side more than the left. And stretch the left side more than the right. Stretch both sides. And then draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And then gently roll over to the right side. You can just stay there for a second. Pressing the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up and come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation practice. And so whenever we practice meditation with a mantra, it's called japa meditation or mantra meditation. And tonight we usually offer the mantra Om, which is a seed mantra because Om doesn't mean anything. This is a sound vibration, but it opens up to other things. That's why it's a seed, a bija. But I'm going to offer you a different mantra tonight. So setting up nice and tall, allow the breath to deepen, close the eyes, and draw the senses inward, letting my voice be the last thing to leave. And tonight, applying the mantra, Namah Shivaya. Namah means to bow down or to show reverence or show respect to, and Shivaya, the highest consciousness or that highest auspiciousness. So as you close the eyes, inhale silently to yourself, Namah, and exhale, Shivaya. Inhale, Namah. Exhale, Shivaya. Inhaling deeply, exhaling everything out. Inhale for the sound of Om. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. It was so nice seeing everybody. Don't forget that on the 16th, Devadas is going to be here Sunday afternoon with a kirtan. If you've never been to kirtan, please come to kirtan. Kirtan is singing all these mantras. We only sing a couple of times. And Devadas is a real musician. I just kind of peck around at that harmonium and fake it most of the time. So come to that. And then on the 23rd, Florencia is back with another cacao ceremony. And if you haven't done a cacao ceremony with her, I highly advise it. She is the real deal. She's from Argentina. She has a plantation in Argentina where she grows her own cacao. Her brother has a wholesale company where they sell cacao. And she has a teacher in the Amazon rainforest that she goes and she studies with, shaman. She's amazing practitioner. So check that out. Everything's on the board. Then in the first weekend of March, my friend Matthew Dewar is going to be here. He did the New Year's Eve celebration with me, co-taught. He's going to have a workshop called Opening Your Tender Heart, A Journey with Hanuman. And it's going to be like a backbending, but also exploring bhakti yoga through Hanuman. I did a Hanumanasana workshop. I think mine was hard. His is not going to be hard, he said. Mine was difficult. Everybody was sweating. She's out of town. Were you out of town for the Hanuman workshop? You were there. That was it was fun, but it was hard. It was a lot. Thank you, Danny. Oh.